Hey gang, it's Will from Tested, and I'm here at Maker Faire 2015 with the guys who made, well, a gigantic killer death robot behind me. Can you guys tell me a little bit about the Megabot, just Megabot?
Yeah. Sure. The Megabot is the first prototype that the company name Megabots has created. So this is actually a company, we're creating giant fighting robots, and this is the kind of the world premiere of our first full-scale mobile double weapon. Two people sits inside of it, Megabot.
So you guys played a lot of Mech Warrior growing up.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's like Mech Warrior 2 onwards all the way through Mech Warrior Online.
What's the goal with the Megabots? Are you trying to make killer death robots, or are you making entertainment death robots?
Yeah, so both. Basically, the idea is the long-term vision is we're making a giant robot sports league. So we want people to go to stadiums and see walking versions of these guys playing a giant game of paintball, blowing off armor panels, like limbs falling off. It should look like live-action Mech Warrior on a playing field with walking humanoids that are 15 feet tall, piloted by two people.
This is a dream I can get behind. Two people in the cockpit?
The person in the front is the gunner, and the person in the back is the driver. Typically in like Mech Warrior, you have one person doing both of those roles, and we found that like when we were playing those games, a lot of times you turn the torso sideways, and then you keep walking, and you're not really paying attention to where the mech is walking, and you run into all kinds of buildings and other players and stuff like that. So we wanted to separate those two roles so that each person could focus on those specific roles. So that's why we divided it up. The person in the back can't see out that well, so we've attached cameras to the base of the robot. So the person in the back is actually looking at these monitors as they steer the robot, and the person in the front is placing the guns and firing them.
So what's the basis for the robot? It looks like you have like tank treads, almost like on a Bobcat or a Caterpillar front end loader or something like that.
Yeah, so we pulled the treads off of a Cat 289C skid steer, and then attached them to our own custom frame and built the leg mechanisms from scratch and attached them to the torso through a slew gear that you might see on a slew bearing you might see on an excavator.
So then, how do you go about building like controls for stuff like this? Are you using like off the shelf microcontrollers? Are you doing all custom stuff?
So the controls is actually like there's a valve stack ups that we got from Danfoss. So they're just like proportional spool valves for the hydraulics. Those are controlled by a CAN open enabled CAN controller that Miratron makes. And then there's actually a laptop in there that talks over the CAN bus to those Miratron controllers. So everything sort of happens over the CAN bus, and then essentially inside the laptop, a copy of ROS, Robot Operating System, is running, doing all the position monitoring and stuff like that, and fluid flow, all that.
So it's not just a pure hydraulic or electronic system you're using. It's every bit about it smart.
So the actuation is all hydraulic, but it is the controllers for those hydraulic actuators are electronically controlled.
So then let's talk about weapons. You have guns on each arm. It looks like somebody's out either packing or cleaning a tube behind me. I can't tell which.
Yeah, so the weapons are all pneumatic, meaning high pressure air. So these are like the biggest potato cannons the world has ever seen, but instead of potatoes, we shoot giant paintballs. This one is actually especially cool because we had a kind of crowdsourced campaign to build the left arm that we ran in collaboration with Autodesk. So one lucky guy got to see his design built by us and tested here at Maker Faire, and it's really a beautiful revolving mechanism in there. It holds 11 shots. And there's pneumatic seals that engage and a stepper motor that rotates the magazine. And it's really a pretty impressive piece of engineering.
Very cool. Can we climb up inside and see what it looks like?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's the. Oh, hey, it's the Cytec X52, the main controller of spaceflight sims and every movie ever. Yep. It seems like. Is this what you're really using this to drive? That's awesome.
Those are the gun positioners, right?
Okay.
So like the joysticks tie both arms together so we can kind of point them in. We can adjust them individually if we need to. So in the back, I see a little monitor that's right here that's helped me drive forward and backwards. I got a rear view mirror, and then so Matt has electronic control of the arms. I actually have manual control over the tracks and the legs and the torso twist.
Have you thought about doing a VR setup for the driver in the back?
We have thought about that, and we can show you our concept art where there's like gimbaled cameras on fixed positions. Yeah, it could be pretty cool. we kind of want the gunner in the front to be the, like, right now you can see this is open grate.
Mm-hmm.
So part of the idea is that, like, the gunner might get slimed Nickelodeon style when you
Yeah.
get hit by a paintball. So it's like the person who's actually shooting should be the guy on the line for getting shot.
Yeah, if you, I mean, I could see a situation where a real passive-aggressive relationship develops between the driver and the gunner.
That's one of the team dynamics we hope to capture beautifully.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Guy. If people want to find out more, where can they find you all?
Megabots.com. Our most active social media is Facebook right now, but we also have Twitter and Instagram.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And we'll have more at Maker Faire 2015 from Tested. See you guys soon. Thanks for watching.
Just go ahead and put them on the cockpit.
Okay.
And, finish the close yourself.
Okay. Oh my God, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Just don't press the triggers.
I'm not going to press the triggers. That's super cool.